Atomic Habits, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones, is a self-help masterpiece penned by the insightful James Clear. In this revolutionary guide, Clear offers readers a treasure trove of practical strategies designed to forge robust habits and dismantle detrimental ones. What sets this book apart is its profound yet simple premise. Tiny tweaks yield tremendous transformations. It's like upgrading your life, one micro change at a time. Clear coins the term atomic habits to encapsulate these small but mighty adjustments that accumulate into substantial progress. He's all about diving into the nitty-gritty of habit formation, stressing that while goals are great, it's the systems that truly reign supreme. Think of it as having a roadmap to success rather than just a destination in mind. Divided into 4 digestible parts, the book kicks off by unraveling the mystery behind habit creation, delving into the science and psychology that underpin our routines. From there, Clear lays down the law, literally, with his 4 laws of behavior change, the holy grail for cultivating the good and ditching the bad. Making good habits as obvious as that last slice of pizza and bad habits as appealing as Brussels sprouts is the name of the game here. But wait, there's more. Clear doesn't just stop at theory, he's all about practicality. He dedicates a chunk of the book to optimizing your surroundings, because let's face it, your environment can make or break your habits. From feng shuiing your space to curating your social circle, Clear leaves no stone unturned in his quest to create habit-friendly atmospheres. And just when you think you've got it all figured out, Clear hits you with the reality check. Habit building is a lifelong journey. But fear not, for he's armed with battle-tested strategies to weather setbacks, keep that motivation train chugging along, and ensure you're making progress for the long haul. In a nutshell, Atomic Habits isn't just a book, it's a blueprint for a better life. Clear's no-nonsense yet empathetic approach, peppered with actionable advice, makes habit formation feel less like rocket science and more like second nature. So if you're ready to bid adieu to those pesky bad habits and welcome in a shiny new era of self-improvement, this book is your ticket to ride. Trust us, your future self will thank you. The book has been creating quite the buzz in the self-help realm, and it's not hard to see why. While the concept of habit building isn't exactly groundbreaking, Clear's genius lies in his ability to distill the complex science behind habit formation into actionable steps that even your pet goldfish could follow. Here are the top 5 nuggets of wisdom from this gem of a book. 1. Small habits, big impact. Clear is all about the little wins. He argues that it's not the grand gestures that move mountains, but the tiny, consistent actions we take day in and day out. So forget about trying to overhaul your life overnight and focus instead on those itty-bitty tweaks that'll add up over time. After all, Rome wasn't built in a day, but 1,000 small bricks laid the foundation. 2. Your habitat shapes your habits. According to Clear, your environment is more influential than your great-aunt Mabel's unsolicited advice. Whether it's keeping those kale chips within arm's reach or creating a Zen den for meditation, setting up your surroundings for success can make all the difference. It's like tricking yourself into being productive by surrounding yourself with motivational posters, or at least that's what you hope. 3. Stack 'em up. Habit stacking isn't just for pancakes, it's a game changer in habit formation. By piggybacking new habits onto existing ones, like meditating after brushing your teeth, you're essentially hacking your brain's autopilot mode. It's multitasking at its finest, minus the overwhelm. 4. Consistency reigns supreme. If consistency were a superhero, Clear would be its biggest fanboy. He hammers home the importance of showing up day in and day out like a loyal sidekick. And just like Batman needs his bat signal, Clear suggests setting up your own system of carrots and sticks to keep you on the straight and narrow. Because let's face it, who can resist a good old-fashioned bribe or threat? 5. Cut yourself some slack. Last but not least, Clear serves up a hefty dose of reality. Perfection is overrated. He reminds us that the path to habit mastery is paved with potholes, detours, and the occasional wrong turn. So instead of beating yourself up over slip-ups, embrace them as part of the journey. After all, even the most epic road trips have their share of wrong exits and flat tires. In a nutshell, Atomic Habits isn't just a book, it's your secret weapon in the battle against mediocrity. With Clear as your guide, you'll be crafting habits so shiny and new, they'll make your old ones jealous. So grab your highlighter, roll up your sleeves, and get ready to unleash the habit-building beast within. Your future self will thank you, and so will your pet goldfish. Who should cozy up with Atomic Habits and a cup of tea? Well, if you're someone itching for a change, a real, lasting change, then consider this book your new best friend. James Clear's masterpiece isn't just another self-help snooze fest. It's a roadmap to reinvention, tailored for those tired of spinning their wheels in the same old rut. Whether you're dreaming of six-pack abs, a corner office, or a love life that doesn't resemble a soap opera, Atomic Habits has got your back. Clear's no-nonsense, step-by-step approach takes the guesswork out of habit building and bad habit busting. It's like having a personal coach in your pocket, minus the hefty price tag. And don't worry if you're not exactly a rocket scientist. Clear's advice is as straightforward as your grandma's apple pie recipe. With real-world examples peppered throughout, you'll be nodding along like a bobblehead in no time, armed with the tools and strategies you need to turn your life around. But hey, let's not kid ourselves. This book isn't for everyone. If you're hoping for a magic wand to wave away your bad habits overnight, you're in for a rude awakening. Clear's mantra of consistency and gradual progress might sound like a snooze fest to the quick-fix junkies out there. After all, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither are those dreamy new habits you've been eyeing. And let's be real here, if you're not willing to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty, Atomic Habits might as well be written in hieroglyphics. Clear's practical advice is all well and good, but it's about as useful as a screen door on a submarine if you're not willing to put in the sweat equity. So if you're allergic to effort and allergic to change, you might want to give this book a hard pass. Likewise, if your idea of personal growth is about as appealing as a root canal, you might want to steer clear. Clear's insistence on continuous improvement and growth might rub you the wrong way if you're more comfortable cozying up to your comfort zone. After all, change isn't for everyone, and that's okay. In a nutshell, the book is like a Swiss Army knife for your soul, versatile, practical, and oh so effective. But if you're not willing to roll with the punches and put in the work, you might as well stick to your old habits and cross your fingers for a miracle. The choice is yours. Every rose has its thorns, and every book has its critics, right? Well, it seems like this self-help sizzler isn't immune to a bit of constructive criticism. According to some skeptics, the author of this particular tome might have a penchant for serving up advice, like grandma's apple pie, warm, comforting, but a tad predictable. Sure, the ideas presented in Atomic Habits might not exactly be breaking news. I mean, who hasn't heard of the power of habits before? It's like trying to sell someone on the benefits of oxygen, pretty basic stuff. But what really grinds some gears is the author's insistence on acting like he's just unearthed the holy grail of human behavior. The whole "just make small changes" spiel might feel like stating the obvious to some, and let's face it, being talked down to is about as enjoyable as a root canal. And then there's the issue of filler content. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, there might be some golden nuggets buried in there somewhere, but good luck sifting through the fluff to find them. Some critics argue that the book could have easily been trimmed down to a fraction of its current size without losing any of its impact. It's like trying to wade through a sea of metaphors to reach the shore of practical advice. In the grand scheme of things, Atomic Habits might come across as a watered-down version of the heavy hitters in the self-help arena. For readers already well-versed in the basics of habit formation, it might feel like rehashing old news with a shiny new cover. After all, why settle for the cliff notes when you could dive straight into the meaty stuff? But hey, every cloud has a silver lining, right? While this book might not revolutionize the self-help game, it still has its moments. Despite the cliches and filler, there are still some useful tips sprinkled throughout, like diamonds in the rough. So if you're willing to sift through the fluff and roll your eyes at the occasional eye-roll-inducing cliché, there's still some value to be found within these pages. Just don't expect any earth-shattering revelations, and you might just come away pleasantly surprised. Now here is our review of the book. Clear's approach to habit building is like a breath of fresh air in a genre often filled with overblown promises and underwhelming results. Instead of selling us dreams of overnight transformations or quick fixes, Clear opts for a refreshingly practical approach that even the most jaded among us can appreciate. It's like finally finding a pair of shoes that actually fit comfortable, reliable, and a perfect fit for any occasion. Drawing on a wealth of research and real-life examples, Clear's arguments are as solid as a rock. He doesn't just spout off theories, he backs them up with hard evidence, making it hard to argue with his logic. And don't even get me started on his writing style. It's like having a chat with your wise-cracking best friend over a cup of coffee. Engaging, entertaining, and downright delightful. But here's the kicker. Clear doesn't pretend to have all the answers. He's not here to hand out magic solutions on a silver platter. Instead, he offers a simple, step-by-step roadmap that anyone can follow. Whether you're a seasoned self-help junkie or a total newbie, it's like having a GPS for your habits, clear, concise, and guaranteed to get you where you want to go. Whether you're looking to kick a bad habit to the curb or cultivate a shiny new one, Atomic Habits has got you covered. It's like having a trusty Swiss Army knife in your back pocket, ready to tackle any challenge life throws your way. So if you're tired of spinning your wheels and ready to finally make some real progress, do yourself a favor and give this book a whirl. Who knows, it might just be the kick in the pants you've been waiting for all along.